My apologies. I guess, obviously you're getting back on the floor a little bit more now, I guess, with some of the injuries. I mean, just over the course of this year, especially just in practice, how do you feel like you've game and particularly defensively?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's mental when it comes to defense, just studying the film and knowing tendencies and being able to go through things and do things in my mind to where I know that if my name gets called, I'll be ready. But physically, I mean, I try to lift weights almost every day. I get shots up every day. Try to go as hard as I can in practice, just knowing that either I'm gonna do what I need to do to stay ready, but I can also push my teammates to be better. So it's a win-win.
Keegan.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for the time. Looked like you guys are playing with a little bit more edge against Maryland. Was that kind of extra emotion, extra push, kind of a culmination of everything that had gone on the past 5 games? Was Maryland chirping you guys, or were there kind of pregame discussions about that stuff?
There wasn't really like chirps or anything like that between the teams or anything, but I think just internally, it's losing sucks, obviously. So losing 5 in a row is not something that we want to do, and to make it 6 would have been something that wouldn't have been okay. So we really just tried to lock in, do what we could to protect home court, like Coach Woody has talked about all year, and just tried to come out from the start and then put together 40 minutes.
Mike Schumann.
Yeah, Anthony, I guess just going off of losing sucking, I mean, what have you noticed different about the team, the locker room this year compared to last year?
In terms of what?
Just kind of resolve and mindset to kind of get through what you guys have gone through this year.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'd say just the biggest difference is that we've all experienced it. I mean, although none of us really have true experience winning at the college level, at higher levels than that, but just we've all been through it, and we've all struggled throughout our college career. And we're a pretty old team, with seniors, juniors, grad students, and whatnot. So I think that just the combination of all that and the experience and just being able to stay together and stay committed to our goal that we set back in July and June when we all got together has kind of helped us. But I'd say definitely just the experience and not wanting to keep repeating in the past.
Tyler.
Hey, Anthony, I hope you're doing well. I think Trace had mentioned earlier this season about how last season there were a couple of times where you were getting up shots in Assembly Hall after the games and he was rebounding for you. But he said that after that you went to Cook Hall and got up some more shots. Is that true? And why is that something that you want to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is true. I like to get as many shots up as I can. It's something that I try to pride myself on, especially if I'm not playing in the game, to still get shots up or do some conditioning work with Coach Cliff, just to do things that will keep me ready just in case my name's called. But it also it's just something that helps clear my mind mentally too. So, getting shots up is a peaceful thing. It's fun. So I just try to do as much as I can.
Jeff.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Hey, so you guys, give me a player's view. You guys are on the NCAA tournament bubble. Whether you pay attention, don't pay attention. First of all, I'm curious, do players look at bracketology at all? And second of all, what's it like as a player? Does it create angst? Do you try to just ignore it and say, okay, we control? How do you handle it, and do you pay attention to it?
A little bit of both. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily that we pay attention to it, but Coach Woody has kind of laid out the roadmap for the rest of the season and trying to tell us, our expectations realistically. If we want to make the tournament, we have to win this number of games or try to compete to this level, that kind of thing. So that's one aspect to it. We don't really pay attention to or anything, but we're definitely all mindful of it, and we're all aware that we need to win some more games to be able to make sure that we can play well in the March. So.
Okay, Kevin, then Mike.
Yeah, Anthony, I'm just curious how you managed to stay patient and upbeat during the stretch when you weren't playing, and how much, you don't root for injuries for teammates, but how much you view this as kind of an opportunity for you to show a little bit what you can do for this year and for future years.
Mm-hmm. Coach Woody's talked about it all year, but he's really been big on just the next man up mentality. And the way I stay patient is obviously working as hard as I can to stay ready and to be ready, but knowing that I'm here and I'm blessed to just be able to practice and make the guys better no matter what way it is. So I really just try to work as hard as I can, and the patience really isn't much of a problem for me. I know technically I'm still a freshman, so I've got a long career ahead, and I'm just excited to keep laying a foundation every day just to change culture and hopefully lead to success in the future.
Okay, Mike, and then the last question will be for Tom, then we'll go back in reverse order or go back in order.
Hey, Anthony, you guys probably had your best half of offense in a long time last night. What do you think the keys were to making that happen?
Obviously ball movement and that type of stuff and hitting shots is big, especially the game X had was great, and it definitely led the way. But I'd say defense to offense and just being able to get stops and go on runs is a big part of it. And then, like I said, ball movement and spacing the floor, it makes it a lot easier to get the guys shots who need to get shots. Coach Woody always says the ball is going to find your team's best player. So I think that when we're moving the ball and we're making the extra pass, it's contagious, and it gets everybody in the mood to kind of pay it forward and make the extra pass or get someone else a shot. So I think that type of mentality and just some spacing and some confidence, and we were able to get it done.
Last question, Tom.
Anthony, you are always a good energy guy on the bench net, always fired up with your teammates and such. But I was curious, when that shot that Jordan made last night, where he bounced in and off the floor, what was your reaction to that? Had you ever seen anything like that before? And what was the conversation about after the game about it?
No, that was crazy. It was nuts. And then I'm pretty sure the next play right after that, Maryland had a three that bounced up and basically did the same thing. But that was nuts. I remember we were all just on the bench like, did that actually just happen? Like, that was unbelievable. That's the kind of thing that you would practice like playing horse or something. So it was awesome. I really don't think he meant to do that, but it works.